Yo. What's good? It's your brother Cool. Uh, Another in the car video. All respect and praise is due to Amen Ra. You don't know who Amen Ra is? That is our sun. The one who rises and sets every day. Never late, never misses a shift. I think we as human beings tend to take that a little bit for granted because the sun has never taken a day off. We kind of take the sun for granted. Yeah, it's cloudy today, but guess what? The sun's still out. Just because there's clouds over the planet don't mean the sun ain't up and about. Alright? It's just that the clouds are stopping the rays from breaching through. On the planet, that doesn't mean we're not getting sun radiation. Just because you don't see it don't mean it ain't there. It's called faith. Or just being able to see with your third eye, being able to see the unseen and prove that the unseen is there. So, this video's about our sun, man. We don't give enough credit to the sun, B. What's up with that? I mean, I realize every Sunday, people go to church or they say a prayer, amen. That's true, but how many of you people know where the term amen even comes from? Where did you get amen from? Where did you get the idea to say amen before the ending of a prayer, right? Where did that idea come from? Who started that shit? What's the origin of it? People don't even bother to ask. They just say, da, 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 amen, amen. Say their piece and they go about their day. But what are you saying? What type of power or godship are you invoking? You know what I'm saying? From your waters. So, your brother is going to let you in on a little bit of a couple secrets. Like I said before, Amen Ra is the name of our sun. Yes, we even named the sun, along with everything else on this planet. Yes, we did. Amen Ra. Okay? Ra meaning, rah. You get that shit from a lion. Roar. You know? What that means is that power, that force, that energy. Like, what happens when if a lion was to be sitting in front of you right now and it gave out a screeching roar, what would that do to you? What would that do to your chakras? Would you be frozen still? Would you be overtaken with fear? You know what I'm saying? All from that energy or that force that's being invoked or tapped into. And that's why we call the sun Ra. Ra. You understand what I'm saying? Because those light rays or those ultraviolet rays coming off from the sun is very, very powerful energy. It's a powerful force. Ra. It's powerful. And amen. Amen indeed. And like I said, I'm not going to be the person here to sit here and act like I know everything. Because I don't. I don't know shit, y'all. But what I do know is that when I come across interesting information, I like to share it with people. So, just because I don't sit here and prove how the sun's name is Amen Ra, doesn't mean you shouldn't do your research and figure it out. Maybe I do know. Maybe I do know why it's called Amen, and I just don't want to leak it out. Maybe I want to force you to have to look it up your damn self, if you really want to know. If you even care to know. But I'm a big nature freak, so anything to do with nature, I like to know. It's the simple shit. For instance, we take a lot of things for granted, like bees. How many of you know that if bees were to be completely eliminated today, all plant life would die within 2 years? How many of you know that? How many bees have you killed? You don't take that into consideration. Or earthworms. If we were to kill all the earthworms, there'd be no entities being able to tunnel through all that soil to what? Allow air to pass through. And do what? Stimulate the plant life. Kind of close there, buddy. Because everything needs air. Airflow. Okay? Airflow. Air and water. And that's how shit gets done. But nobody bothers to think about that. Nobody. Just me. In my universe right now. So, I like to ask people a question. It kind of helps me understand where your mindset is at, consciously. And I ask people, where do you live? It's okay. If you thought about any state, house, your address, that's a good answer. It's a politically correct answer. a very spiritually incorrect answer. However, I'm going to break it down. Why is it wrong? What makes it so wrong? Well, if I were to give you an address and say this is where I live, let's say I live at 22 Green Eggs and Ham Street. All right, in the city of Grinchville. All right, so I live at 22 Green Eggs and Ham Street. If I move from 22 Green Eggs and Ham Street, and let's say I move to like Florida. Now, just because I no longer live at 22 Green Eggs and Ham Street, does that mean that I'm dead? Does that mean that I've left this body? No. So to say that I live there would be incorrect because I don't live there. You know where you live? I can't speak for you. I can speak for me. I'm going to tell you where I live. I live inside this vessel. This is where I live. I go to sleep in this vessel. I wake up in this vessel. I go to work in this vessel. I do my studying in this vessel. I experience the world in my vessel. So what I'm saying is there's nothing in this life that you experience outside of yourself. So for you to say that you live outside of yourself would be damn foolish. And like I said, it also lets me know and lets the rest of the world know where you are consciously. Meaning you're still outside of self. You're still looking for something greater than you outside of self. The greatest thing you find of you is within you. That's where the gift, that's where the treasure has been laid at. Inside you. You got to tap into it. Only you can tap into you the way you can tap into you. So if you don't practice or focus on how to tap into you, it ain't going to get done. That job will never get done because there's no other person who can do that job for you. Sorry to say it. Okay? So we can't sit here and talk about angels, devils, sky cracking open. Let's stop it. Let's just stop it. Let's just stop it, y'all. But at the same token, people, just because I know what I know doesn't mean that I have the right to not take people's feelings or thoughts into consideration when I'm speaking. However, even me speaking now, I'm pretty sure I offended a couple people. Sorry, it wasn't my intention, but the truth is the truth. However, that doesn't mean that I'm blinded to how you're feeling or your emotions, which is why if I were in front of people, there are certain things that I'll be mindful not to say according to how they react, because I don't want to shock someone or panic them or make them panic out of a good conversation or a good build. You know what I mean? If you're trying to build, you got to build slow. You have to build slow. You know what you're going to stack a mountain in a night. It just ain't going to happen. Way too much information, way too much data being transferred. It's just too overwhelming. The disk space on that flash drive just ain't going to hold up. Because you're going to have to wipe out that whole disk. You're going to have to defrag that whole computer. Shit, you might have to put in a whole new operating system. An African operating system, if you know what I mean. Alright? So we gotta come back to self, man. And understand what I'm saying here. Self is the most powerful thing you could be. Why? Because self is the originator, the authentic one, the creator. That is who self is. So if you don't understand self, then you have no bridge to your creator. A pastor from a church is not going to create that bridge for you. Psychic is not going to create that bridge. They might bring some light to the bridge. A pastor can bring some light to that bridge, but they're not going to show you. They can't show you that bridge because every bridge looks different to every individual. Some people's bridges might be them fucking thin ass rope bridges. You know what I'm saying? Those dangly ones where you got to balance on the rope, and if you miss your step, shit, man, you're hanging on for dear life. Other people's bridges, they got the fucking San Francisco bridge. You know what I'm saying? That's their bridge. Other people's bridge, they have a little narrow bridge. Other people's bridges, they might have an old beat up, you know what I'm saying, a couple panels missing, might have to hop and skip a few boards just to make it over type bridge. It all depends on self and the experience that self has experienced through self. Did you get what I just said? I'm not going to repeat it. Psych. So, bottom line, there is nothing in this world you do outside of yourself. Meaning, I live within myself. I can't do anything outside myself. Unless I'm meditating and I fucking astral project. But even then, that's still taking place within myself. It's originating from inside me first to astral project outside of self.